connection I see before me is something that has been going on for years. Okay, if this is your reading and you have a specific person on your mind, I'm telling you, you have had to at least been in each other's life for 2 years, minimum. This is an intimate reading. When I was on my live earlier today, I pulled out a tarot deck I haven't used in a very long time. Inside that tarot deck was this card, not associated to that tarot. Whenever random things like that happen, they're not random. The last time I used this card deck was about a year ago, maybe even more. There's a connection that is meant to resume in 2025. What we have here is understanding what they were going through, what you weren't ready to know, what had to be locked away until you were ready, about why your connection affected them so much, why there was that switch out of nowhere to going from being an inspiring force to ghosting, blocking, ignoring, etc. And then what is to transpire now? You see, you had to learn how to become at peace with fate. There are many lessons you both learned. There is an essence of them taking the leap of faith and picking themselves more than involving love with you. There's personal things within self that they constantly were trying to make people's life easier. Allowing themselves to feel so alone is what I'm hearing. You made them feel very accepted. But there was this intensity about you back then that showed you wanted far more than they were going to be willing to give. And from that point on, there was kind of this shield. A lot of misassumptions happened because you were chasing. That's the beautiful thing about this connection. It was never about you guys switching dynamics, like one becoming a runner, the other becoming the chaser, etc. It was about meeting halfway. And meeting halfway for you means you know the ball's in their court. This connection, somehow, even when it got really hard to believe in it, there was always signs from spirit. This will come back when it's supposed to. Right now, it looks like your connection, your relationship's going to be very, personal. And obviously, but what I mean is that you're not going to be showing the world and telling everybody about this love. I don't sense neither of you are really the individuals that want the world to know their personal life. So, going further into the reading, 2025 with you two is about migrating these new changes together. Learning how to be lone wolves in your own pack. There was somebody that you both know that there was some type of communication regarding your name. You are going to be very surprised when you find out who they had a conversation with about you, because it is, I'm telling you, you have no idea that these two individuals could have been associated in the same group. They felt torn apart by the decision they had to make. Do you know how many times it's been hard for them to not reach out to you? You both have had so many experiences since you last were next to each other. What I hear is the distractions. The things that you both had to go through. There have been so many times, understand, it has been hard for them to not reach out to you, to not respond to you. This person's had to go completely inwards and find out what their true source tells them is right for them. What they have figured out during your time of separation is their loved ones, their families. Nobody is ever going to be enough. They're always going to find something, because that is the mindset that their loved ones have allowed themselves to be in. They, instead of looking at the positive of every situation, tend to try to look for unnecessary, unrealistic red flags. Being in front of you, they're saying as soon as they're in front of you, the mask, the facade, it will crumble. You make them not weak, like crumble to their weak. You make them strong. Instead of trying to chase these unrealistic expectations. And also I'm hearing a lot of illusions shattered about the ones surrounding them. These people that acted like they had everything figured out, that actually some pretty interesting things have came to surface about. There could have been infidelity surrounding their family. There could have been a sense of just realizing you cannot, even your own family, take at a surface level. The road to you feels like a momentary loneliness. It looks like other loved ones in their life have also been learning and migrating together. There could be brothers, sisters, or even their own parents who have really started to see beyond the illusion of what they've been told to think is right and wrong. To continue on with the reading, there were mixes of influences of at least one other romantic person in their family. But they see and can identify now. You see your next conversation. It shows this person coming and saying, I had a deep amount of anxiety. When we first got together, I was going based off of just our feelings. And that is the most important thing. But I felt like I didn't see the full picture. When you two are in front of each other speaking, it's not going to be about revolving and going over all of the past. You're both so grown and you've gotten over things within yourself that you don't even feel like you need to spend time or energy on. You understand completely. The longer that you chase this person, the balance would never be able to become leveled. This person was a complete ego death for you. They were not the start of your spiritual journey, but they were a humongous amplifier. I'm hearing they don't even really know where to start on how to interact. There's been plenty of times where they wanted and almost were this close to reaching out to you, but something made them think it's not yet time. This journey, this walk to you has to be alone for them. The balance, the thing you've learned, you had the complete tower moment about when you're supposed to enact your chariot mode and simply what? Be at peace with fate. As you allow yourself to be at peace with fate, what is meant to come to you has its tower moment, its realization of what is to crumble to rise, and then branches free to you. This connection is gold. This connection is something that will be 10 times more beautiful and fulfilling now. Because of the world you both have been able, the success you've been able to make in your own individual lives, the value you see could never have happened if you didn't separate. The people you've met. And that's what I have for you guys today. If you're interested in joining me on my Canada adventure, I still have some of the early bird spots available. My Canada adventure is going to be in September of 2025 of this year. Every single person that joins the adventure is going to be receiving a one-on-one personal reading with yours truly in the Canada mountains. And on one of the last nights of the trip, we gather around the campfire and we go into what I call a tarot teachings lesson. Basically, it's going to make you further understand tarot cards and how to do one specific spread. All of the tools you'll need for the lesson I'm providing to you in a spiritual gift basket that you will be able to take home with you. The link to the trip is attached on my personal website, offprintmint.com. You can go to my personal website by clicking on any of my social media platform bios. Once you're there on the home page, you're going to see the button that says click here to join the Canada trip. From there on, if you're simply wanting to go ahead and book, you only have to put a 25% down deposit on the trip to get your spot reserved. And you have all the way into June of this year to pay it off. And any questions you have regarding the trip, do not hesitate to send me an email at contact@offprintmint.com. That's what I got for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.